There are plenty grown men and women, let alone young teenagers and middle-aged men and women that are suffering in silence. It is even worse to stay quiet with the disease of addiction. Trust me, I know. I stayed quiet for many years, but no longer do I stay quiet because I don't ever want to suffer in silence. So I'm here for you.
We are back live with Mob Wives star Renee Graziano, talking about her devastating fentanyl overdose that almost took her life last September. We're talking about burnout, and people self-medicate, mental health challenges, burnout challenges. In the commercial break, this is a live show, we're talking, and you said to me something I've never heard anyone say. I said, oh, let me look at your tattoos, and you said, this is my...
The hand I took my pill with, and my tattoos say caution, chaos, because here comes the chaos.
And this was the hand that
I would take my pill with, yeah. Because I'm left-handed, so I took it in the right hand and drank with my... and I don't drink, but just with... People get that confused about me. It was drugs, it wasn't alcohol, you know, and I clarify that because people be like, oh, you drink. No, that was drugs.
All drugs.
Like no, you know, stay off drugs, yeah. Really stay off of them.
September 18th, 2023. You said you died that day.
I died twice that day, actually. So I was sober before I came back to Florida. I was in New York for a while. I came back to Florida, and I had this notion, let me just do it. And I was out to lunch with my girlfriend in this very fancy restaurant, but I can't tell you where because I have no recollection of a few days. But I know I was there with my girlfriend. I know that a friend of mine sent somebody to meet me, and the kid accidentally, true story, accidentally gave me a bag of dope as opposed to cocaine. It was an accident. So I have his text messages.
Okay. I love that you're trying to clear him up.
I'm trying to clear him up. Okay. I didn't mean like he should be cleared up.
Right, I understand. Okay, so you were at the restaurant. The decision was made to have somebody bring drugs?
Yeah.
What drug were you expecting to get?
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
And the person who delivered what you thought was cocaine.
He accidentally gave me the wrong thing.
Gave you fentanyl.
It's heroin, fentanyl. I don't really know. I never touched it. Right.
Did you take it there at the restaurant?
I must have, because that's where I died. I 4 ribs and a double fractured sternum. And my girlfriend said I came back to the table. I sat down, and I keeled over. And
how long were you in the hospital?
9 days.
9 days. Leading up to this, because you've had these moments from when you were 14, first introduced, 36, at the overdose in front of your mother and your son. My friend Michael K. Williams, when he was on the show before he died, he said, people focus in on what drugs you're using, they don't focus in on what's causing it.
Bingo. And that's it. I self-medicated.
Talk about the burnout that you felt needed to be satiated with drugs.
Okay, so for me, after my father died, my whole world crumbled. I kind of lost my identity with him. Forgive me.
It's okay.
And I was constantly searching for this love that I don't even know if it exists. It does for my grandchildren, but there's this hole in my heart that it just I feel empty. So I'm constantly trying to fill myself with projects and friendship and traveling. And when it's not there, I'm in my head. And I'm dyslexic and ADD on top of it.
So the things you thought were going to fill the hole were burning you out.
Absolutely.
You're doing everything. You're booked and busy.
And I'm living alone in Florida without my family because my family pretty much had enough of me. And they're like, move away. Like, instead of like, hey, and forgive me, I love my family, but instead of saying, hey, we need to love her up, because it's love that's the problem. The problem is love. And I don't care what anybody tells me. I think every addict, they're missing love. There's some sort of component with love. Love is so beautiful.
I know that when you were in the hospital, to add to that hurt, no one visited you from the family.
Carla Fasciola from Mob Wives was the first one there in seconds. I was intubated. No one from my family came. My cousin Erica stopped by, and I just found this out like in the last couple of days because I brought it up. No one from my family, not my sisters, not my mother, not my son, nobody. And today I could tell you I can understand it. Why would they want to see that, you know, their mother or daughter or sister dead, or intubated with tubes down my throat? It's not a good feeling. And why should I do that to my son? Like I get it. I do get it.
And I also think, you know, to not judge
I don't agree with it,
them, because we cannot agree, but also people deal with their trauma, right? Because you talk about the trauma that you've been living with. Trauma is a tree that branches out, and it goes to everybody around us. So they're not here to talk about their trauma, but I want to make sure that people understand you entered treatment in November.
November 2nd.
November 2nd. And part of the sobriety journey has included faith. You have faith,
hope, and freedom. And it means if you have faith, there's hope and freedom from what binds you. That's what it means. It's my charity.
So you said, I love this caption that you put on a video. You said, life is so much better when you are sober. And how long have you been sober now?
6 months and 6 days. It's wonderful. Thank you.
So, I love it. You have 6 months and 6 days under your belt. Every day is a battle. Every day is a struggle. What are you doing to make sure that the burnout that you were feeling at that moment at that restaurant is recognized, and the daily things to try to keep it in check?
I've increased praying a whole lot more. Like God is my guide. Like, that's who I talk to all day. If people are driving next to me, I look like a loon. I'm constantly having a conversation with the man upstairs. But that's my man. Like, I don't need to date. I got a guy. And he's holy. I pray more. I have more contact with my grandchildren. My son and I talk like every day. So there was a point that... Yeah, and then he just had twin girls. Yeah. And they're my saving grace. Okay. My son is he's my everything. He saved my life many times. Yeah. And I don't know if he knows just how special he is.
You can tell him, he's watching it.
Oh, I love you, buddy. Oh, that's my favorite
Well,
picture.
I know it's an ongoing thing. I love that you're working with other people. You're sharing your story. You have to come back and see us 6 months and counting. I can't wait to celebrate the year, because you're going to come back here and we're going to celebrate with you together.
Thank you.
Thank you to Renee Graziano for sharing her story.